Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break. You draw quarter. You get tired of seeing me. Hatchet, hatchet. Check 25, check 25. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. This is Scarborough. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Pick it up. Hey, check 24, check 24. Check up, 5.
From the 41, McSorley. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Look at me. Go. Check 15. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Get it.
Now Scarborough. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Kill, turn up. Check. Fresh down.
There's Scarborough on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And an alley to run. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
McSorley sets to pass. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing is McSorley. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Check 31, check 31. Check. Switch.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And an alley to run. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Go out.
He's coming.
Leo.
Switch.
Go.
Wait.
This is Scarborough. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Bo Scarborough, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
52. I'm scared. 52.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Switch gears. Kill.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
On second down now, Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Now on first down, he's going to sneak it. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You're so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Lucky. 49, check 49, check 49. Watch the safety creep.
From the 29, McSorley escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. McSorley from the shotgun. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Look at me. Go.
SOS. Check 99.
On first down, Dobbins. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a second. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now from back at the 5, this is third and goal. Here's McSorley to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along, and hope someone would come free.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Kill. You're out. Ready?
Now Joe Mixon. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Mike 7.
59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Watch Mike. They're not ready for this, man.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act.
Into a double team, and it's enters. Now the ball comes loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to John Ross. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Come on, set, 8, read.
Check 59. Here I come. Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9.
Get it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. This is Mixon. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd.
Where's 52? Block 52.
Go, go.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Down. 18, Gator.
Here we go. No. Check that.
On 3rd down, Mixon. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter. Number 3. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, it's McSorley. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's McSorley now, 3rd and long. And he comes back with one complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
brings up 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Charlie. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Here we go. Defense all day. All day. Mike is Mike.
They'll run with Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love in that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
59.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Slam.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And some space here. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there for the Bengals. 61 yards that time on the ground.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Break.
52. It's been a long day for you. Double time. 4 down. Check. Take that.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Back to you. Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9. Time to go, night.
2nd and 10. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back. Give the defense credit for not giving up any yardage.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now McSorley. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again on second down, McSorley. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, was it a breakdown of protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check it out, he's cracked.
Squeeze.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. And this one is right down the middle. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone knows to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Now they run with Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
I'm here all day. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Here we go, here we go.
Hey, Sam on. Now.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Set up. 60 outlaw.
59. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Lee Griffin.
They're going to look to throw. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Kill, kill, kill.
Let's go.
2nd and 10, it's McSorley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Come on, set. 10-2 saw. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Get in the weight room. Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Topper, topper. Hit it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Hey, exit. 5.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 4-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
That ball don't belong to you, boy. That ball belongs to us.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
McSorley sets to pass. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.